Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Baxley Farm. Alright, we got something going on today. First off, we're going to go ahead and get these trucks out of here. This one is currently running at the moment. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and sell some of our crops of the oats that we have harvested now. So let's go ahead and just check what the price of oats is at. 350,000 actually. Freight yard. Freight yard? Really? Yep, apparently we can only sell the oats at the freight yard. Okay. And whereabouts is the freight yard? The furthest point away, probably? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a jaunt, because I want to check something out first. Because I believe that there is a... Well, I know there's more than one farm on this map. And I believe there's one over by Field 19, so we're going to go ahead and just drive over there now. I guess we can go past here. We'll be able to check out the biogas facility as well. This should be fairly interesting, because I have not seen this yet. And, well, actually, I guess we have. Now that I think about it, I guess we have seen it, because we drove past the chicken facilities there, so maybe I drove past the biogas and just didn't realize it. Ah well. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what this is going to be like. I'm kind of curious, actually. Some maps have a really... Oh, look at that. Big building in the distance there. Some maps have like a really cool biogas facility. Like Bantical, for example, had a really nifty biogas facility. I really liked it. That's just me personally. Not everybody probably felt the same way about it, but I liked it. So it was interesting because it had times where you could only go and do stuff in the facility at certain times, and that made it kind of interesting, because what happened was you were always at a situation where it's like, okay, well, it's 9 o'clock and the gates are going to close, so you couldn't go in there, and that was well, those are pretty big. That's pretty big, actually, yeah. So one thing I noticed is that there's this field right over here that is ready to be harvested, except I realized, because normally I don't use hard workers, but this time with these combines I have to, because horseplay doesn't work. Well, doesn't work well, I should say. So, as you can see, there's a combine right there. I tried to hire a worker to actually harvest that field, and I totally forgot that because I don't own the field, I can't harvest it. So I had a rude awakening there. Alright, so here is one of the other farms. Field farm, I don't know, this is by Field 19, there we go. And we should be able to... Oh, sweet, yep. So this is one of the other areas. So it looks like there's a farm by Field 19 where we're at now, and there's one by just west of Field 3, and is there one other one? There might be one just north of Field 9 too. Not sure yet though. Anyway, so we're heading to the freight yard, so we need to head east. Actually, what we can do is we can go check out the one by the butcher. Let's do that. I could put the cover on, but I don't like the way it looks because it wasn't modeled correctly. I guess what happened was the person who converted this trailer, because this is from 2013, of course. It still looks nice, but I guess they didn't account for the dynamic loading or something. So when you put the cover on, like you just saw, it goes through the cover. So it's a bit unfortunate, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Alright, so we're going to check out this field down here, because I have not been down this area of the map yet, so I am genuinely curious about what it's going to look like. Also, we're going to pass one of like the most beautiful areas on this map. It's really strange. I was talking with somebody in the comments about this the other day, and we were both agreed that it is a very nice looking area. It's a nice looking map, because there's certain areas like this, for example. You have like trees all around here, then you have the water all over there, and you have this little bridge going over, I don't know, this bridge going over this area too. It's pretty neat. It's very picturesque. That's how I'd describe it. And there's a few areas like that. There's also another area where there is, oh, there it is down there, where the beach is. It's very cool. Alright, nope, we don't want to go to the flour mill. There we go. Put the cruise control on. So I don't have to pay attention to the speed. Even though this truck only goes a certain speed, but it'd be nice if it went just a wee bit faster. And I probably could adjust it, honestly, but I don't care enough to do it. Now is that... Let's just pull over to the side of the road here for a second. Make sure I can get back on the road. Put our four-ways on. And let's go check this out. I think this is sunflowers. It's yes, it looks like it is. I think we actually... Do we own this field? Yes, we actually do own this field. So this is sunflowers, so we need the corn headers for this, so we can actually get rolling on this too. That is a crazy big field. So, like, put it into perspective, we were on field number 24, and now we're on field number 9 over here. And just look at the size difference. Just to put it in perspective, let's take a look at field 12 has nothing on it. Okay. But field 9 is ready to go. So there's some other fields there that we could actually harvest, but we just don't have the right to, because with hard workers they don't work very well on fields you don't own, which is cool. All right, so this is what? Is this the freight yard? No, this is the butcher. So it looks like there's another area back here you can store stuff, and that's what I'm kind of curious about, because if that's the case, then you don't have to travel nearly as far. That was one of the things that the map author mentioned, was the fact that you don't have to. There's a few different farms around the map. So, oh man, that trailer! Look at that thing go. Yeah, it looks like here's another spot where you can drop off and pick up grain from. It's always on the hills that it looks the worst. Yep, definitely. So there's multiple locations where you can store your grain, which is good. We want the road again. Where's the road? That's where you sell your pigs, obviously. And I guess we have to go all the way around if we want to follow the road. Ah, well. So, there's yet another storage point here, which is good for us to know, because, whoops, apparently that trailer is a little bit too heavy for this truck, especially when you make turns like that. So yeah, it looks like we can store the sunflowers up here, which will be good, because going back to the farm way down the southwest side, is a little bit of a jaunt. So I wasn't sure if this was another storage point, but it looks like there's one on the west side as well, and the north side of the map. So every corner of the map there seems to be a place where you can store stuff. I really need to look into changing this trailer. Need to go back and check. It's funny. I've done this more than once now. I've gone back and like looked at comments that people have left, like in the past, of how to fix something or how to change something just a little bit, and it's been very helpful. I really like the search feature on the YouTube comment section, because there's been countless times where I've been like, I need to figure this out. And like, for example, David Oldfield's been very helpful in the past. And is this the freight yard? Yes, he's been very helpful in the past, and he has left comments as to how to fix certain things, so it's been extremely helpful. There we go, and here's the freight yard. So let's see what we can get. So we have 50,000 liters of oats, and can we sell it on this side, or do we have to be on the other side? That is what I'm not sure about. This is a pretty cool looking freight yard, actually. Looks good. And the sell point is where? Oh, looks like it's over there. Little train office there, it looks like. Nice. Alright. Guess we have to cross the rails here. There it is. Okay. Oh, it has a train sell point too. Oh goodness, this is going to be madness. And by train sell point, of course, I mean like you can send the train off after you've sold some stuff. So what I'm going to do is going to accelerate time just a wee bit here, because I want it to start at the top of the hour, because then I can sell for the whole hour and make money that way. So we'll see how much money we make. I'm just going to grab a quick coffee break while that's doing that. So apparently we're making $90,000. I can live with $90,000. Alright. So, gonna need to head back. Can we do that from this side? Looks like we can. Perfect. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll sell, because I want to get a couple combines. There's a few things we still need. Oh, I guess that's where you're supposed to go over the tracks, not where I did. Oops. So luckily we have a closer point to pick up our grain from here, which is going to be nice actually. So this is going to allow us to decrease the journey back and forth basically, which is going to be pretty awesome. If I do say so myself. So we make $90,000 a pop. Wow, that's nuts. That's what happens when you play on normal, I guess. Jeez. I always forget the big difference. Some people were saying this map may be a little difficult to play with soil mod on because it is so big. It might be difficult to manage. Oh, apparently there's no road up there. So like this trailer, say this trailer is fine. I just took that turn there and it was fine taking the turn. It's only when it looks like it's only when it's full with something that it really can't handle the turns. Oh, that's where we're going right there. Alright. This reminds me, these silos remind me of the Modern American Farming map back in 2013 for those people who were around during that time. Such a cool map. We want oats, please. Oats. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so what we can do is this guy, I guess we can't, I'm not sure what we can do with this really. Because I can't unless I use courseplay of this, but oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys can hear that, mix the humming sound. Didn't even realize that there. Alright, so this guy's done as well. So what we can do is unfold that, lower it down, detach. Why is that? I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. The actual tongue of the trailer is like stuck out right there, which is a bit odd if you ask me. Alright, so hopefully this is going to attach. We're going to find out in a second. It's weird, sometimes the actual visual part will be like right here, and then what you'll see is sometimes you can't attach even though it's right there. I've seen situations where the tongue should be like right where it's positioned right now. That's where it is, and that's where the connection point is. But the visual of actual where it is not there. It's odd. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just what should I do here? I think we'll just leave this header here because we actually don't need it. And I'll bring the truck around and pick it up later on. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So let's leave that there for for a moment, I guess. And then we have this truck. Let's put this truck away. And actually, what we'll do is, I think what we'll do is we'll bring this truck back to the farm. That's just down here on the south side of the map. And then what we'll do is our trailer just isn't big enough for, unfortunately our trailer that we have for hauling stuff isn't quite large enough for a combine. That would be ideal, but it's not large enough. I was looking at Offspring Gaming. They just he just released like a almost ready version of their map, or not their map, their trailer, sorry. And it looks pretty good, actually. It's like a, how do you call it? A lowboy trailer, I think that's what the name is. It looks pretty slick, actually, but I have not downloaded it yet because there's still a few errors with it, and he even said so himself, that there needs to be some errors fixed with it. And until then, alright. That one tractor just like did a boogie all the way down there. Alright, where is the shop? The shop is right there. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so just rocking the truck right here for a bit. As you can see, we have $461,000. I sold a couple loads of oats while I was off camera for a second there. And just making sure things are running smoothly. So, we have enough money to buy another combine. But what I'm going to do is going to store it up for a little bit. And maybe we'll make some adjustments in our equipment line, I guess is what I'm trying to go for. So we could potentially buy another combine, or we could buy a couple of things. I think right now, the combines themselves, if I want to get the same type of combine, 370 plus 100,000 for the header, roughly. So, also, just hop out here. I have this guy rocking on the sunflowers at the moment, and it looks like he's not getting a very good harvest or very good yield because the nutrients in the PK level aren't very good. So this is a X3, X1. So that's kind of low. It should be X5, X4. So that's the reason why we're getting such a low yield on this particular crop. And that comes down to accelerating time and that type of thing. Because when you accelerate time, like I did the other day, without adjusting nutrients, you run into problems. So, anyways, this guy's running right now, and we're selling a little bit of oats at the same time. So I have this guy right here, which I'm driving at the moment. Let's go unload him while we're up here. And what we'll do is we'll just do this a little bit and continue on our way here. And I don't know how much oats we have left. 200,000 still. So we still have quite a few bit of oats. That's good for us because that means we'll be able to make a little bit more money. And then we could potentially upgrade or side grade or something. We'll see what happens. So one thing we definitely need to get into is, because we really have the soil mod on this map, one thing we need to get into is the compost facilities. And I believe there's a compost facility at 19, and I think, or field 19, and I think there's one other one somewhere. I think that's the closest one that I can think of. So I think what we'll do is, there we go, perfect. I think what we'll do is we will start collecting a little bit of straw. We won't bale it, we'll just collect it with a forage wagon, because then we can put it directly into the composter, and that'll give us manure. And the reason why manure is so important with soil mod is because it gives you such a high nutrient value. The only problem is you have to plow it in, which takes forever. So, in the end, I think what we should do, I think there's a... Do they have them at the main farm? I don't remember, actually. I know they have facilities. I'm just thinking out loud, because I think there's a manure facility you can get at the main farm, on the south side of the farm, but I'm not 100% sure whereabouts it is, if there's other ones spread out around the farm. Because like so for example, if they have there's one down here where you can store manure, maybe there's one up here at field 19 as well where you can store manure as well, but I'm not certain about that, so alright, so what I'll do is I'll grab a forage wagon and I'll meet you on field 24 in a second. Alright, so in terms of forage wagons, or loading wagons they're calling them here, I'm going to go with the biggest one I can get right here, which needs 240 horsepower. And I believe... Does this have 240 horsepower? Good. It definitely does. Okay. I don't think I actually have any... let's just check real quick to see if we have any nice modded ones that are big. It's the same one, basically. But we will get this one, actually. And I say that only because it can take a few other things, so it might be helpful in the long run. Alright, so we'll go ahead and buy that. Yes, thank you. And we'll ask them to deliver it to the farm down here, because the reset point is, for whatever reason, there it is. Yep, there you go. Yeah, the reset point's actually down the south side. Just over here. So let's go ahead and grab this, turn the sound down a little bit. This tractor has to be like the loudest tractor ever. It's ridiculous. Like trying to use this tractor and all you hear is like woo, all in your ears. Oh man, it's terrible. Reasons why I like being able to adjust the sound on the fly like that. Makes a big difference, especially when you deal with certain vehicles that are really loud and you can just adjust it like that. I really like that capability, at least. It's not for everybody, that's for sure, but definitely makes my life a little easier. Alright, so what we're going to do is going to grab this guy and going to fill up a little bit of the compost facility, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we'll get that manure rolling, or compost in this case rolling, because we're going to need it in a moment. So if you look at, so for example, on that sunflower field that we're looking at, what was happening is the sunflowers were actually only at a level of what would it be here? They were only at a level of X3 nutrients wise, X3, X1, and that's bad, because what that means is they are not going to produce as much as yield. Like it's not going to be a full yield base. It's going to be like a few factors involved, like pH is going to decrease it, the yield I mean, and also like having the lower nutrients. Even on this field we have X3, X1. So by getting the compost rolling now, the compost will be able to increase that by a significant amount, which is going to be good. Now again, it does have to be plowed, but luckily we can plow the field relatively easily with our big John Deere 2720 rippers. So that should make our lives just a wee bit easier. Should being the keyword, of course. Excellent. So I believe the compost facility is at the north end of this field. So what we'll do is we'll do a full pass like we're doing right now, and then we'll go take it to the compost facility. We may not even get a chance to do the full pass, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we do, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. But that's one of the cool things about I don't know. I think the compost is a really neat facility because you can you make manure with it essentially. So like if you have that in conjunction with, let's say, the fire silo mod, I think it is, you can make a manure in your bunkers by not compacting your material well enough. So that's one of the cool other things you can do if you choose to, at least. So, but I don't know. I think it's kind of neat. This is Ago's tractor, or Ago, how you want to say it. This is his tractor, and this is the one from Mod Hoster. You can get it there as well. It is, which one is this? I forget. 7280, I think it is. 7280R. Now the R series, I don't know if we have the R series in Canada or not. We might do, but I am honestly not certain about it. So, perhaps we do, perhaps we don't. Who knows? But what we're going to do is go up. That's the shop up there. So what we'll do is we'll just turn this guy off, and we'll just go straight to the compost facility, because I believe it's just up over here. And for those of you who've never used the compost facility before, it's pretty easy to use, actually. It looks more complicated than it actually is, if I'm honest. I just hope I'm going the right direction. I believe I am. I think it's there, right there behind the silos. But it's really easy. You can put like a straw, or you can put grass in it, either one. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to make compost, which is essentially, it's considered manure basically, which is good, because manure on a map with the soil mod is good, because I forget what the actual level is for it, but you get quite a high nutrient value. Where the heck is that compost facility? I thought it was right here. Oh, there it is up there. Whoops. Wrong turn. So we'll put this into the compost facility and I'll show you how it works briefly. And I think we'll call the episode there. There we go. It's kind of an interesting little pathway there with hedges. Alright, so... Oh, this is actually I guess, is it a cell point? Looks like it's a cell point. Oh no, it's not this. It's that right over there. This just looks like a cell point. Alright, so what you do is you back your trailer up. In this case, I have a forage harvester, of course. Not forage harvester, a loading wagon, sorry. And if you're good at backing up, just back it up right here, and eventually you'll get the trigger point set. There we go. And just unload, and then what happens is, let's go up here, gets unloaded into there, and then if you come over here, this will tell you what's going into it. It says compost machine, it's being filled, it's considered wood chips apparently. And then if we come over, so it goes through the machine like so, gets mixed up over here, and then the mixture comes down over here, and then it comes up into here. You can't walk up that all the way. And then the manure goes into there, and then right here you can get your manure. So pretty neat. So if you look, oh no, you can't. Maybe it doesn't go there. Maybe it goes directly into something else then. But where? Where does it go directly into? Because there's no trigger point there, so you can't actually collect the manure from there. Maybe it goes into storage then. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Let's check. Manure, compost soil. No. Seeds. No. It should be in here if it goes anywhere, but it's not. That's really odd. Maybe, well, there's definitely no trigger point there. Maybe I'm missing something, because that's, let's say it this way, that's where it normally would be, but here, for whatever reason, it's not, there's no trigger point there, so I can't actually collect it after it goes through the machine. Odd. Anyways, folks, that'll be it for me for today. Another episode of Baxley Farm on Farming Simulator 2015, and if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys later.